Good evening. Thank you for joining me today. Where are you joining from? Thank you for joining the Swahili Edge today. I don't take it for granted that you're here with me today. I want to welcome you warmly to this Swahili Edge, this channel where I teach Swahili language to travelers, to beginners, to anyone and everyone who is interested in learning the Swahili language. I don't limit anyone. I welcome everyone interested in learning Swahili language to this channel, the Swahili Age, which is the home for all things Swahili. I want to first of all begin by thanking everyone for stopping by today, whether you're stopping in live right now or whether you're going to watch this live later. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I also want to thank you for taking this time to learn Swahili language. And today's live session is gonna be fun because you're going to learn how you're going to introduce yourself in Swahili. How you're going to introduce yourself in Swahili. So that's what you're going to learn today, how you're going to introduce yourself in Swahili. And as a bonus, I'll also give you how to introduce your friend in Swahili. So buckle up and sit back and relax. If you have a chai, you can enjoy the chai as we continue with our session today. As we continue with our session today. So I'm so happy to be here. I forgot to introduce myself. Yet I'm talking about introduction. So I am uh, the Swahili Age. I am the Swahili Age. My name is Diana Kabaka. I am the expert behind the Swahili Age, the lead Swahili expert, and founder of the Swahili Age. Sorry, I have some cold, but yeah. So I want to invite you cordially to this session, and I want to thank you so much for choosing to be here. And so we're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Kiswahili. How to introduce yourself in Kiswahili. As you join in, tell me where you're joining from, and if you learned anything, let me know in the comment section what you've learned. Thank you so much for joining in. This is the Swahili Age. You're going to learn how to introduce yourself and others in Kiswahili. If you're a Swahili speaker, introduce yourself in the comment section in Kiswahili. And if you want to learn how to introduce yourself in Kiswahili, just comment learn or comment Swahili, and then you're going to learn. So this chilly evening from wherever I'm joining in, I'm going to teach you how to introduce yourself and others as a bonus in Swahili. How to introduce yourself and others as a bonus in Swahili. Hello, hi, Saira. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for being here. So, Karibu, this is the Swahili Age, a channel that teaches you Swahili language for travel, for business, for leisure, any need that you have for Kiswahili, we teach it. We help you achieve your goals in Swahili language. So, if you want to enroll for private classes, there's a link in the bio, but the bio of my channel, and you also want to enroll for private classes, you can enroll there. But for today, I'm going to give you a free class on introduction, on how to introduce yourself in Kiswahili. Oh, thank you. Nakupenda pia. That means I love you too, Saira. So, I'm Diana and I'm your tutor and the lead expert in the Swahili Age. And so we begin learning Swahili this evening. I'd like to know where you're joining me from. Let me know where you're joining me from. Please like the live if you can. Please like the live so that you can have other Swahili enthusiasts here with us this evening. And if you've not subscribed, I'll also appreciate if you subscribed. Hi, Zemin. Thank you for being here. I'm giving a shout out to everyone who is stopping by. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to learn, and why are we learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili? Oh, you're from Kenya. Yay, my fellow Kenyan. Could you introduce yourself? You don't have to say your full name. You can just say your name and introduce yourself in Kiswahili so that I'll use your introduction as, oh, I love this. Introduce yourselves in Kiswahili so that I can use your introductions as examples to teach new Swahili learners Kiswahili. Nice to know that Sarah, you're from Kenya. Justus, nice to see you here today. I remember you in my live, I think 2 days ago. Oh, my goodness, you might even have bumped into me. Oh, you're from Kenyatta University? That is also my alma mater. Good to know that people from KU are here. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. Please introduce yourselves in Kiswahili so that you can have people. I can use your examples to teach people. This live is going to be in the channel, and so people are going to see this live, and the students are going to learn this Swahili introduction for so many years to come. So please feel free to introduce yourself in Kiswahili. If you're Kenyan, and I love that my Kenyans are here, so that we can use this for class purposes. Now, for those people that don't know, or even the Kenyans, do you know that Kiswahili language has over 200 million speakers as we speak? Thank you. Sarah, we'll wait for you. Do you know that Swahili language has over 200 million speakers as we speak? And it is the formal language for Kenya, Tanzania, the official language for the UN, one of the official languages for the AU, sorry, and it's also one of the languages recognized by the UNESCO, uh, and it's also the official language for the East African community. So anyone who wants to come to East Africa, or anyone who wants to interact with East Africans, or I dare say Africans, you're safer if you know Swahili language. And what better way to learn Swahili language than to start by learning the introduction? So I'll start by this. Before we finish this live, I'm sure if you stay until the very end, you'll be able to learn how to say your name and where you're coming from, and then how to introduce your friend, and all this in Kiswahili. For those people who are aiming to come to East Africa for travel, that is the Masai Mara or the Serengeti, then I'm so sure this video will be, or this live session will be helpful. And if anyone is there, you're joining us and you want to know how to introduce yourself in Kiswahili, you're in the right place. This is the Swahili Edge. I am the lead expert in the Swahili Edge, Diana Kabaka. And so we're learning today how to introduce ourselves and introduce our friends in Swahili language, which is a very beautiful language. Those of us that are here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate Syra. I appreciate Robert, niko poa sana. Zenin, thank you so much for being here. Please like the live and you can also subscribe. Oh, Sky Blue, you have a beautiful name. You have a beautiful name, Sky. And Blue, you have such a beautiful name. So I'm beginning the lesson, and I'll begin the lesson by introducing myself. And my name is Miss Diana. I am a Kenyan, and I love teaching, and I teach Swahili language as one of the subjects that I teach. Apart from Swahili language, I also teach history and government, but I'm very much passionate about Swahili language. I'll say what I've said in Kiswahili now. Jina langu ni B Diana. Mimi ni Mkenya. Mimi ni mwalimu. Ninapenda sana kufunza, na ninapenda sana kufunza Kiswahili, ila mimi pia ni mwalimu wa Kiswahili pamoja na historia. Nimesema kwamba mimi ni Mkenya, mzaliwa wa Kenya, ninaishi Kenya, nimesomea Kenya, mambo yangu yote yamekuwa ni Kenya. Oh, Sarah has a sister. So if I try to introduce you, Sarah, I would say, huyu ni Sarah, jina lake la kimatani ni Sarah, lakini jina lake halisi ni Sky Blue, na yeye anasoma chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta. So I've just said that this is Sarah, and her that is her her nickname is Sarah, and then her real name is Sky Blue. Yeah. So that is basically what you say when you're introducing yourself in Kiswahili. So you most importantly have to tell us, what is your name? My name is, jina langu ni. So you can say jina langu ni, and then you give your name. So if you hear, please, you can just type in your name. Namjua Trevor Ombija. So you can type in your name and they say jina langu ni, and then type in your name. Whether you can type in your whatever your handle name, or you can type in your real name. So I said mimi jina langu ni Diana. So you can either use that phrase jina langu ni, or you can use ninaitwa. You can use ninaitwa. So ninaitwa is just translated from I am called. Well, this is not very common in English. It's not very common in English that you'd use I am called. In Swahili, it's actually very common, and it's okay. So just say ninaitwa Diana. Ninaitwa Diana. Oh, you're his brother. Say hi to Trevor. Say hi to Trevor. Oh, Sarah is your auntie. Oh, nice to know you guys here. So please, guys, introduce yourselves in Swahili if you're Kenyans. Introduce yourselves in Swahili. If you're Kenyans, let me know. If you are Kenyans, introduce yourself in Swahili. And you can introduce yourself to each other over there, down there. Friendships are usually formed in my live sessions, by the way. And I'm usually very, very happy when people make new friends over there. So, yeah. So the next thing after you've saying, so you said ninaitwa, I am called, or jina langu ni, my name is. Or you can say, how else would you say? Yeah. So mimi ni. You can use mimi ni. Yes. Mimi ni Robert. Thank you, Robert. Guys, give me a moment. Let me pick my baby. I'm coming back. Just give me a moment. Oh, thank you so much for remaining here. Mimi ni Robert. I said mimi ni Diana. So you can use mimi ni, or you can use jina langu ni. You can use mimi ni, or you can use jina langu ni. And then the next thing you say when you're introducing yourself is where you're coming from. So you say where you're coming from here. So you're saying mimi ni Diana. Hi Sarah, I'm here. Thank you for remaining here. Hania, hey. What is that I am holding? Holding where? Is it a rope? Or if you're asking what I'm holding in my hand, it's my baby. Okay. So you're talking about where you're coming from next. So you say your name. First of all, when you meet somebody new, you say habari or habari yako or hujambo. Yesterday, I was covering greetings and some of the basic greetings, but I've also done a video on basic Swahili greetings, so you can just go back and watch my videos and then you can learn the greetings. Oh, Hania is from Poland. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Swahili Edge. You could if you can, please let's communicate in English. Yes, let's communicate in English so that we can understand each other. Hi, Karibu sana. Do you know some Swahili? Do you want to learn Swahili? Today we're learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili or Swahili. So you start when you're beginning your introduction, you first of all start with the greetings. So jambo, mimi ni Diana. So you've given your name. My name is Diana. Hello, my name is Diana. And then you say, Sarah, you're almost 7. Where do you go to school? Say jina langu ni, and then you introduce yourself. Jina langu ni ninatoka, where I'm coming from. So ninatoka, like I would say mimi I'm from Kenya. So I would say ninatoka Kenya. Ninatoka Kenya. And then for example, I've seen Hania here is from Poland. Hania will say mimi ni Hania, ninatoka Poland. Ninatoka Poland. Yeah. So let me see if you ever watch this live, or if you're here, you can just type ninatoka and then you give us the place where you come from or where you'd wish that you'd come from. You know, some people would probably be in the US, but they wish that they come from Kenya. So right, ninatoka Kenya if you're Kenyan. Oh, Robert is almost 41. Okay. So Robert, unatoka wapi, or where are you from? Jambo Judy. Jambo Judy. Thank you for being here. So you say my name is Ninaitwa or mimi ni, and then you say ninatoka, and then you say where you're coming from. Ninatoka Kenya. Judy is anasema anatoka Kenya, kwa hivyo yeye ni Judy. I'm introducing Judy to you guys. Huyu ni Judy, anatoka Kenya. Mimi ni Diana, pia mimi ninatoka Kenya. So I've told you where I come from, and then I would go and tell you again where I live. So mimi I would say mimi ni Diana, ninatoka Kenya, ninaishi wapi? Ninaishi Kakamega. I would say that ninaishi Kakamega, to say I stay in Kakamega. So if you come from Poland, yeah, I will do. Let me finish my class first, okay? Almost. Oh, yeah, mwisho. Yeah. So if you say you're coming, you see, yeah, Judy anasema yeye ni Judy, yeye anatoka Kenya, anaishi Mombasa. Yeye ni Judy, anatoka Kenya, anaishi Mombasa. Mimi ni Diana, ninatoka Kenya na ninaishi Kakamega. See? Those are 3 things you say when you're introducing yourself. Mimi ni, and then yeye ni. Now you're introducing your friend. So I'm introducing my friend Judy here. Yeye ni Judy, I've given her name. Ama yeye anaitwa Judy, I'm giving her name. Anaishi Mombasa, that's where she lives. And then anatoka Kenya, that's where she's coming from. Oh, Robert, tomorrow is your birthday. Yay! We should sing for you happy birthday. We should sing for you, Robert, happy birthday. Let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robert. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, Robert. Okay. So yeah, that is just I was wishing one of my followers here and subscribers here a happy birthday. I wish that you enjoy your birthday tomorrow. We pray for you, for your blessings in the new age. Blessings in the new age. Baraka tele. That means lots and lots of blessings. Hi Simi. Hi Simi. So are you from Turkey? Can you speak English? Can you speak English? So If you're joining us, thank you so much for joining. Oh, thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. Sarah is from Ruiru. Sarah, so if we introduced you, you'd say, wewe ni Sky, unatoka Ruiru. Unatoka Ruiru. So if you're joining us and you're wondering what you're doing here, we are learning how to introduce ourselves in Swahili. We're learning how to introduce ourselves in Swahili. So this is the Swahili Edge. I've done a video on self-introduction, but I wanted to do a live so that people can just learn directly from me. The Swahili expert and the teacher here in the Swahili Edge. So teach people Swahili for whatever reasons that they want to learn the language. Teach people from basic, from the beginners levels to the people who want to perfect their Swahili. I teach them. I teach them. Oh, hi, Barbara. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for saying hi. So, yeah, so we're learning Swahili language, and your birthday will come. Say, Sarah, Sky, don't worry, your birthday will come. So, we're learning where is what? This is the Swahili Edge, and this is the Swahili Age, and we are learning how to say our introduction in Swahili language. We're learning how to say our introduction in Swahili language. So you say we've learned about how to say your name. We've learned about how to say where you're coming from and where you stay. We've learned how to say where you're coming from and where you stay. Let's continue. So I would say, like I said, let me just say this one last time. Mimi ni Diana, ninatoka Kenya, ninaishi Nairobi. I just said, I am Diana, I'm from Kenya, and I live in Nairobi. But we can also say, ninaitwa Diana. You can say, ninaitwa Diana. You can say, ninaitwa Diana. Okay, you scroll, it's okay. You can say, ninaitwa Diana, ninatoka Kenya. Oh, Zenina Merudi, thank you for coming back. Amerudi. Amerudi. So, yay! Say me hello. Hello. Yay! So, mimi natoka Kenya. I'm from Kenya. So, we're learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili. You give your name, where you're coming from, and where we stay. Mimi ni Diana, ninatoka Kenya, ninaishi Nairobi. That's what you say. And then after that, then you can say, uko single, utapata mtu wako, sijali. And then now you say where you're coming from. And after you finish that part of introduction, then the last bit you say is nice to meet you, nice to know you. So you say nimefurahi kukujua, or nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. So I would say let's assume I'm introducing myself to who? Zenin. I would say this. Mimi ni Diana, and then Zenin tells me their name. Wewe ni nani? And then Zenin says, mimi ni Zenin. I say, ninatoka Kenya na ninaishi Nairobi. And Zenin says, probably ninatoka Marekani na nimekuja kutembea hapa Nairobi. Oh, thank you so much for the like. Thank you. It's good that you're here today. It's good that you're here today. Sarah, I'm so happy that you're here today. So this is me. My daughter's name is Azaria. We call her Zaza. What's your name? What's your name? Yeah, her name is Zaza. So yeah, so we're still introducing yourself. So when you finish that part of introduction, you say, nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. Nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. That means nice to meet you or nice to know you. Nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. Nice to know you. Yeah, Zaza. Zaza is her name. Zaza. Zaza. Short form for Azaria. Do you short form for Azaria? What do you think about that name? So nice to meet you. Let me talk to Semi. Mimi ni Diana. Oh, you have two sisters. One is called Darling and the other one is called Megan. And you're called Sky. You have beautiful names. You have beautiful names. Kwa hivyo una dada wa, let me speak Swahili now. Una dada wawili, mmoja anaitwa Darling na mwingine anaitwa Megan. Nimefurahi kuwajua. I'm happy to know them. I'm happy to know them. Yeah. So let's continue. So nimefurahi kukutana na wewe Semi. Nice to meet you, Semi. Please subscribe so that you catch me next time. Please subscribe so that you catch me next time. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us all the way from Poland. All the way from Poland. Thank you. Asante sana. Asante sana is thank you in Swahili. So asante sana. Kwaheri is bye-bye. Kwaheri, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we try to introduce others. We try to introduce other people. So because I have my daughter here with me, I will introduce her. So I say, huyu ni Azaria. So I start by giving her name. Huyu ni Azaria. So Azaria is her name. Okay? I said huyu ni. That is, this is. I will wait for you, my dear Sky. This is. Huyu ni Azaria. Yeye ni Mkenya. Oh, thank you, Semi. Thank you so much. Yeye ni Mkenya. Huyu ni Azaria. Yeye ni Mkenya. So this is Azaria. She is Kenyan. Anatoka Kenya. She is from Kenya. Anaishi Nairobi. Anaishi Nairobi. She stays in Nairobi. Then I say, yeye ni binti yangu. Yeye ni binti yangu. She is my daughter. She is my daughter. So I've brought in family vocabulary there. Again, if you scroll down in my videos, you'll find a video where I've done about family vocabulary. So huyu ni Azaria, yeye ni Mkenya, anaishi Kenya, anatoka Kenya, anaishi Nairobi, yeye ni Mkenya. Bye bye. So I've just introduced my daughter to you. So when you're introducing another person, you also use the same format you use when you're introducing yourself. You give your name. Bye bye, Semi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love. My flag, Kenya. Thank you for the love with my flag, my Kenyan flag. So when you're introducing yourself, you give your name, where you're coming from, and where you stay if you want to do that. And then nice to meet you. Yeah, is the last thing you say. So mimi ni, then I give my name. Mimi ni Diana. Ninatoka Kenya. Ninaishi Nairobi. Nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. You can try typing that in the Zaza, they're saying see you later. Say you too. You too. She says you too. So you say mimi ni ninatoka. Those are the most common. Oh, congratulations, Sarah. Congratulations, Sarah. Congratulations on your graduation. Now you're a big girl. You're a big girl. You're going to grade 1. You're going to the big school. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Sarah, I've noticed that you've not spoken any Swahili. Do you know Kiswahili? Or you don't speak Swahili at home? Would you want to learn how to speak good Swahili? So this is the Swahili Edge, and in this channel I teach people how to speak Swahili fluently for whatever reason that they want to learn the language. You can subscribe to learn for free here using my videos, but better still, you can enroll in my private classes. I have an opening right now, so if you're lucky, enroll today and you'll get a chance to be in this class. Enroll for my live classes, enroll for my private classes. I'll teach you more than what I'm doing right now. But otherwise, oh, oh, unazungumza Kiswahili nyumbani? Vizuri. I've not heard you speak any Swahili. So, yeah, so you can enroll for my private classes, or you can catch me on the lives. You want crayons? You can catch me on the lives, because in the live sessions, that is where I teach Swahili I do more than what I do in the videos, because the videos are usually not that long. So the content that I cover in the video is not a lot of it. So yeah, so today we've been learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili. We'll be learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili. Semi, you're back. I'm so happy to have you here. So we'll be learning how to introduce ourselves in Kiswahili. So if you want to introduce me, for example, Sarah, how would you introduce me if I'm your teacher? How would you introduce me in Kiswahili? Sarah, you say that you speak Kiswahili at home. So how would you introduce me to your mother? For example, I'm your teacher and you want to introduce me to your mother in Kiswahili. How would you say? What would you say? Let me introduce myself and then try and introduce me to your mother, assuming you're introducing me to your mother, right? So mimi ni Diana, mimi ni mwalimu wa Kiswahili, ninamfunza Sarah. So how would you introduce me to your mother, Sarah? You say, huyu ni Diana, yeye ni mwalimu wangu. I do a part 2 on what, Sarah? I do a part 2 on? Sarah, I can do a part 2. I really just need to know which part 2 do you want me to do? Do you want me to do a part 2 on introduction? All right. So if you wanted to introduce me as your teacher, you'd say, huyu ni mwalimu wangu. This is my teacher. Jina lake ni Diana. Poa sana Sarah. Poa sana Sarah. So huyu ni mwalimu wangu. This is my teacher. Huyu ni mwalimu wangu. Jina lake ni Diana. Her name is Diana. So you've introduced me. So you want to introduce your sister. You say, huyu ni dada yangu. Huyu ni dada yangu. This is my sister. So you notice that my is yangu. And then this is huyu. So huyu ni dada yangu. Huyu ni dada yangu. Huyu ni dada yangu. This is my sister. If it's your brother, then you'd say, huyu ni kaka yangu. Huyu ni kaka yangu. This is my brother. Huyu ni kaka yangu. This is my brother. Yeah, so this is my brother. Oh, now, Sarah, are you now called Lavender again? Oh, I do a live part 2. Yeah, I am always live every day around this time. So if you came in tomorrow, you'd find me again at this particular time. Okay, so if you want to introduce your friend in Swahili is very common. I think you've had it in the Lion King. I do an introduction part 2. I'll do that in the near future. So you want to introduce your friend to me, for example. So friend in Kiswahili is rafiki. So you've been following, I said Your mom's name is Lavender. Oh, okay. Nice to meet her. She has a beautiful name. So, how would you introduce her in Kiswahili? You say, huyu ni mama yangu, jina lake ni Lavender. Huyu ni mama yangu, jina lake ni Lavender. Yeah? Huyu ni mama yangu. This is my mother. Her name is Lavender. Jina lake ni Lavender. Then say, Sky, you said your sister is Darling and the other one is, so am I forgetting? Darling and Megan. So you say, hawa ni dada zangu. These are my sisters. Hawa ni dada zangu. Majina yao ni, their name is Darling na Megan. Darling and Megan. Mama, stop. Bring. Come take cookie. Okay, ita mkate. Sarah, you're confusing me. Is your name Lavender or your name is Sky? Or is this Sarah's mother who is here? I don't know. I'm confused. But anyway, at least I've introduced your friends. I've introduced your mother, Lavender. I've introduced your sisters. Dada zangu, that is sisters. And then kaka zangu would be brothers. So, hawa ni kaka zangu. These are my brothers. Huyu ni John na huyu ni Peter. This is John and this is Peter. They are my brothers. Hawa ni kaka zangu. And then, so I've actually done introduction and family vocabulary. I've also done a video on family vocabulary. So if you want to learn more about family vocabulary, just scroll down to my channel and then you learn more. So we're going to introduce our friend from Tanzania, for example. Huyu ni rafiki yangu. This is my friend. Jina lake ni Amina. Her name is Amina. Yeye anatoka Tanzania. She is from Tanzania. Na amekuja kunitembelea. She has come to visit me. Huyu ni rafiki yangu Amina. Or this is my friend Amina. She comes from Tanzania. Anatoka Tanzania. Amekuja kunitembelea. She's come to visit me. She's come to visit me. So I've actually introduced my friend. So let me introduce there's a friend here from Portugal. Her name was Semi. So I'd say this. Huyu ni Semi. Yeye ni rafiki yangu. Yeye anatoka Portugal. Huyu ni rafiki yangu. Yeye ni Sky. Yeye anatoka Kenya. Huyu ni rafiki yangu. Yeye ni Sky. Yeye anatoka Kenya. So I just said, this is my friend. Her name is Sky. She's from Kenya. So I've actually introduced myself, my friends. I've introduced my friend Semi. I've introduced my friend Sky. I introduced my daughter a while back, and I also introduced myself. So if you've just joined in right now, you can just I'll post this live video later, so you can just go back and have a recap of introducing yourself in Kiswahili. Introducing yourself in Kiswahili. So so how do you learn? How do you ask for somebody's name? So how do you ask for somebody's name? So I've introduced myself. Jina langu ni Diana. Mimi ni mwalimu. So how do I want to know you? I'll say na wewe ni nani? Or I would say jina lako ni nani? Mimi ni na wewe je? So I am Diana. What about you? Na wewe je? Jina langu ni Diana. Jina lako ni nani? What is your name? Yeah. So jina lako ni nani or wewe ni nani can be used to ask questions can be used to ask questions. If you want to ask the second person what their name is, if you want to ask the second person what their name is. So, jina lako ni nani? So, let's assume I'm asking you your name. So, jina lako ni nani? Vizuri, Amina. Nimefurahi kukutana na wewe. Nice. Excuse me. Nice, Amina. I'm happy to meet you. So that is introduction. Introduction. I've introduced myself. I've introduced you. I've introduced my friends. I've introduced my family, and I've also taught you how to ask the second person how to introduce themselves. How to introduce themselves. Just before I stop, let me just do a recap. When you meet somebody new in Swahili, it's proper to begin with greetings and then introduce yourself by giving your name and where you're coming from. And then you can say, nice to meet you at the end of the introduction. And the person, and then you can, in between the discussion, you can also ask about them. You can also ask about them to introduce themselves, and they will also introduce themselves. So, one thing that I need to mention before I leave again, in the Swahili culture, greetings are not rushed, by the way. Greetings are not rushed. So, somebody will come, say hello, and probably shake your hand, and the hand will remain in your hand. Their hand will remain in your hand as they ask other more questions. For example, this habari yako, you say nzuri sana. Habari ya nyumbani, nzuri sana. You see your hand is still there and you're not supposed to actually remove it. It's seen as rude. So you actually say your greetings and then you can ask about them and you can ask about their home and then you continue like that. Continue like that. Then you don't rush. You just take your time. Just take your time. Now, I have come to the end of our session today, and I want to say, good job, guys. You've been an amazing audience. You've been an amazing audience with me here today. No. You've been awesome. You've been very participatory. I want to say thank you so much, and you've learned. I've seen you've learned a lot of Swahili today. So let me just finish up by a final introduction to me, and then I'll ask a few questions. If you've been following up until now, or if you're just watching this live now and you followed until now, you can do your introduction at this particular time right now. Ninaitwa Diana. My name is Diana. Ninatoka Kenya. I am from Kenya. Huyu ni rafiki yangu. Huyu ni rafiki yangu. This is my friend. Jina lake ni Zaza. Jina lake ni Zaza. This is my friend. Her name is Zaza. What is your name? Jina lako ni? Jina lako ni? And so, if you like, you can record a short video introducing yourself. It can be an audio or it can be a video introducing yourself. And then you can send it via my email, or you can tag me at the Swahili Edge. You can send your introduction video at the Swahili Edge. So, at the Swahili Edge at gmail.com. You can send your introduction there, and then I'll tell you if your pronunciation is good or if you need to work on your pronunciation. If you need to work on your pronunciation. So, thank you so much for being here with me this evening. Thank you for keeping me company. In a special way, I want to give a shout out to Semi, Sarah, or Sky, who has been very active and they've made my life really active. I want to thank Zenin, who was here. I also want to give a special shout out to Yasir, was here for a moment. Semi came again. Robert is very good. I've seen him before here. I've also seen my friend Judy was here. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much. Sarah has been here. Sarah, I want to appreciate you so much. You've made this live so lively. And in a special way, I also want to thank Justas Arunga, who is also a regular in my life. And at this particular point, we want to remind you, if you want to learn Swahili, feel free to enroll for private Swahili classes with me at the Swahili Edge. There is a link for enrollment in the bio. I'll put it in the bio of this video, but it's also a link for enrollment in the bio in my channel. If you like the work that I do here, you can buy me a coffee. There's also a link over there in this video, and it's also on my bio where you can buy me a coffee. If you want to ask any question, please feel free. My email is also at the top of the banner at the Swahili Edge. Any questions that you want to ask about Swahili language or otherwise, I'm open. I can help you. I'm open. I'm always open uh to any suggestions and any questions. I'm very open to answer your questions. I want to say thank you so much for joining me here this evening. I don't take it for granted that you've been here. Thank you so much for learning Swahili. Najua sasa you can introduce yourself. I know you can introduce yourself right now. And as always, from me to you is have a nice evening, have a nice day, or have a nice morning if it is morning. And if you've not subscribed at the Swahili Edge, please subscribe so that you don't miss such like beautiful encounters in the live sessions where we learn Swahili language. And if you want to buy me a coffee, please do. I really, really appreciate it. It'll also help me uh, spread Swahili far and wide. Thank you so much for being here. And from me to you is Kwaheri Sasa. Goodbye. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot thank you enough. Kwaheri Sana.